Mr. McWalter.
Oh, thank you. Jack McWalter from Boca Raton. I represent a small group of residents in Boca Raton that obviously we have some overcrowding, but I'm not here to complain. You already get plenty of that. We think we have some ideas or some solutions that will help solve the problem that can be carried into the rest of the county. We need your help fixing a problem resulting from overcrowded public schools. We think the process is broken between what developers are telling you, which feeds into the SCADE reports, and you have 2 copies over there of 2 reports, which gives okay to school concurrency in Boca Raton. Now you take this information and you feed it into your forecast, and then that applies into the budget. We've gone back 5 years and got some numbers, and we think that we're on to something, okay? Now, what I'm going to do, and what we do is when we went back 3 to 5 years, we found that there was a distinct difference between what the developer said and reality. There's 2 SCAD reports in front of you. I want you to look at impact review. Number of new students guaranteed. Middle school, 2. That's 48 units. That's 3 and 4 5-bedroom apartments, family-oriented. 4 elementary, 2 school, 3 high school. Look at capacity available. 40 under, middle school 160, high school 487. I want you to go to the second SCAD report and look at the same numbers. 1 for middle school, okay, 4 for the high school. These 2 SCAD reports are from 2 developments that showed up last week that are up in the P&Z board tomorrow night. They are incredibly different. We think that's the problem, is the information that's going on these SCAD reports goes to our P&Z board, then goes to the city council, and they're basing their decision on these SCAD reports. These 2 developments are 2 blocks apart. Same elementary, same middle school, same high school. We find this to be very concerning. We don't understand it. We have some recommendations. The recommendation number 1 is we would like the Board of Education to challenge these developer numbers and at least report don't agree for reasonableness in the comment section. If a development, a 350-unit development, says 1 student is going to go to the middle school, I would think reasonably that you would agree and you would put at least in the comment section that we don't feel this is reasonable or establish some new standards. That's number 1. We'd like you to fix the SCAD utilization numbers. As you can see, they're incredibly diverse. In one case, it's only 65 students over capacity in the Boca High, and the other one's 487, and the actual number is closer to 700. We'd like you to do that. We'd also like you, since the city council has a tough time working with us, we asked them several times, and they keep saying over and over and over, it's not our job, go talk to the Board of Education. And that's the reason I'm here, reluctantly. We'd like some help on this. We'd like you to send a letter to my organization, Boca Watch, where we're pushing 35,000 constituents, and our constituents are asking us for solutions. And that's why I'm here dealing directly to you. I would appreciate some type of letter to let us know how you're going to fix these problems, if you agree with them, disagree. But we think that we're on the right track, and we're just trying to help and see if these ideas that we have can apply to the rest of the community. One final comment. I'm sorry I ran over, but I would like to thank Mr. Shaw, Ms. Garrison, Ms. Paul, and Mr. Barberi for coming to Boca Raton in the last several months and trying to explain how they're going to affect the schools individually, and we really appreciate that. It doesn't go unnoticed at all, especially Mr. Shaw, when you came to the Homeowners Association, you told it how it was. Listen, if we keep approving these massive developments, it creates a problem that, and we really appreciate it. Overall, our organization appreciates your whole effort. We think that that this county is suffering from some severe problems with people moving in with kids, and it's just we can't keep up.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. One final comment.
No. We're done. Thank you.
Love this one, though. You ought to we support you for another half-cent sales tax increase, and we think you ought to do it. The kids need the money.
Thank you for the extra comments there.
Thank you.
We'll take that one, definitely. We'll listen to that one.
Gotta give it
Mrs. Cartwright. Mrs. Cartwright.
Thank you. Good evening, Chairman Mr. Chuck Shaw, Vice Chair Deborah, Dr. Deborah Robertson, remaining board members, Superintendent Dr. Robert Arboso, community members, and staff members. My name is Felina Cartwright Harding, and I work at Forest Hill Community High School. I'm the SAC Chair, Employee Building Council Chair, and the lead building rep for CTA at my school. I would like to first start by saying I hope you all had a happy holiday and a happy new year. As a teacher, I do not know how the evaluation system that is in place is going to affect me this school year, and that is very concerning to me. There has been a tremendous lack of communication from the district to the schools, from the administration to the teachers. Don't know which one is the problem, but there's a breakdown somewhere. According to the GIN committee, all Category 1A teachers need to have at least one walkthrough, one informal, one formal, and 15 data marks by April 28th. And this is basically any teacher that is under 3 years in the district. Teachers hired on or after February 10th are exempt from observation requirements. All Category 1B and 2 teachers need to have one walkthrough, one informal, and one formal, and 10 data marks by March 31st. The only thing that was changed this year is that teachers don't have to have walkthroughs count towards their observations. The 1B category and 2 teachers are teachers that are in the district 3 or 4 years or more. How are teacher evaluations being conducted throughout the year when many teachers' informal evaluations have not been completed in the first semester? According to the GIN committee revised schedule, 1B and 2 teachers are supposed to have evaluations completed paced throughout the year. Having their informals and their formals in the second semester is not paced throughout the school year. I was informed that the district will be conducting a master board analysis this month. I hope that this will occur in all schools. How is the district being held accountable for what the school administration is scheduling on the master board? How is the district ensuring that administrators that are responsible for scheduling of classes are being equitable across the board? Are schools scheduling ESC students, ESOL students, first on the master board? These students are federally protected as far as their accommodations. How do we ensure that the same teachers are scheduled a certain population of students year after year? This is how we burn out teachers. We end up with a critical teacher shortage in the county as well as the state of Florida. How do we ensure every teacher have classes with high-performing students and low-performing students? Is it fair to take ESOL students from certified, endorsed ESOL teachers and place them with teachers that are not? I was very surprised to see that when I looked on the district website for the forms, 2150 and 2059 is blocked out for ESOL teachers. How are the principals supposed to be able to give waivers to those teachers if the form is not available, to make it equitable across the board that everybody is certified? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Martin Ginsburg, Sarah Charisma.
Good evening. My name is Sarah Charisma, and I am exercising the freedom of speech in order to defend the dignity of our profession and the education of our students. According to the Florida statutes, there is an evaluation procedure and criteria for instructional personnel and school administrators based upon instructional practice, 57%, students' performance assigned to their classrooms or schools, 33%, and 10% on professional growth, with the 4 levels of performance: highly effective, disimprovement, and unsatisfactory. All of you has a packet here, and if you can see, this is the 2017 rubric for determining instructional practice rating. As you can see, category 2, which are teachers of 4 years or more of service, we need 60% of innovating in order to get highly effective, while category 1A and 1B, they only need 51. And you can see across the line that is the same thing: 60% to be effective, 60 needs improvement, and 60 unsatisfactory. This appendix is used for classroom teachers, school counselors, media specialists, therapists, and psychologists. If we go to the next one, the next page, you can see where it's highlighted, District 2016, 98% of the non-classroom teachers in the district, 98% got highly effective. While you can see then that 100% got students' performance for level 4, highly effective, when they don't have students in the classroom. If you go to the next one here, the next page, we have here the top and the bottom overall evaluations. On the top, they are on the left-hand side. You can see that there are teachers, ESE, visually impaired, physical therapists, audiologists, occupational therapists. They all have 100% highly effective. If you go down to the next line, the same kind of people got 100% on the instructional practice. At the bottom, we have the top students' growth. And again, we have 100% of those non-classroom teachers, psychologists, adult education, therapists, they got 100% on the students' growth when they are not in the classroom. But then, if you look on the right-hand side, we have 0% of the ESOL teachers for math, science, and English. They have 0% of the teachers they got highly effective. So are we stating that the worst teachers are the ESOL, math, science, and social studies? Are they the worst teachers because they don't do their job or because they have the worst evaluation for working in Title I schools, low-performing schools, and with low-performing students? And if you remember, we only get 3.48 cents for working in a Title I school. School board members, with all my respect, there is something wrong here, especially now that our evaluation and students' performance is attached to our salary. It doesn't make sense. The district needs to develop another evaluation system for non-classroom teachers, professionals with healthcare department certificate, non-school administrators, district administrators, and their rates cannot be higher than the percentage of effective teachers. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Mr. Ginsburg.
Thank you. Marty Ginsburg, Wellington High School, reading teacher, something new. I hope you did have a happy holiday, and Santa brought you your favored gift. I didn't get anything from Santa. It might be a religious thing. But I did get this from the school district. This was my Christmas present to work on over the holiday break. Congratulations to our school district's increased graduation rates. I hope that it's based on legitimate progress in the students and not on forced teacher grade changes, as I've spoken about before in the past. My friend, a retired English teacher from Lake Worth High School, Jim Cole, his perspective was the classroom and the teacher in it is what it's all about. Everything else is auxiliary support. I endorse his perspective. I think it's sensible and right. With this in mind, consider this. Administrative bad decisions that harm classrooms and their teachers are clearly fundamentally bad decisions. I hope you agree. A Wellington High School 9th grade reading teacher applied for and was accepted to join our Safe Schools department. Congratulations, that's great. But this transfer happened in early November, November the 3rd. I was teaching 11th and 12th grade reading students at Lake Worth High School as of August of this year. Those students at Wellington High School went for 4 to 5 weeks with a string of substitutes at the teacher's desk. When this transfer happened, why was this not known? Why was this allowed to occur? This is the work those students did for those 4 or 5 weeks. This was my Christmas present and MLK Day present. And I only finished the grading today, which is, as you know, behind schedule. So this lady was transferred, and I'm happy for it, but I was told on December the 3rd, Monday, frog, leap, you're going to Wellington Wednesday. I had put in for a voluntary transfer for the FTE excess, and I was told only on December the 3rd. Go. The abrupt transition was bad for me. I pleaded, delay this until the new semester. Crickets. I got crickets. It has not been easy. It has not been fun. I would say that this is made more unjustifiable by the fact that my former students at Lakewood High School, my 11th and 12th grade students, for the 11 days left in the school year before it ended, they ended up with the string of substitutes. Justify that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That concludes our agenda and our speakers. Is there a motion to adjourn? Motion by Mrs. Whitfield, second by Mrs. McQuinn. All in favor, all opposed. We stand adjourned.